Matt, I'm actually right here in front of what used to be a Wendy's here on University Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. The fire department finally was able to make their way through this area, and you can see that the flames are out. They are dousing water onto this Wendy's that was set on fire a little over an hour ago. So just to give you perspective, that's how long this fire was burning. And Buzz, if you wrap around here, just want to show you, this fire burned right next to a gas station. That's one of the reasons why Atlanta police, as you can see right here, came in with force. They released some tear gas, and that cleared out the protesters so the fire department could get in here and put this fire out. Now, as we were walking over to this area, I can tell you that I heard some protesters say, let's go to the interstate. Let's head back there. So earlier they were at the interstate that's further down this way, and they made their way onto the interstate. While all that was happening over there, they then made their way, a small crowd, made their way over here to this Wendy's. And that's when we saw the fire start to rage here inside of this Wendy's and all around the bushes here. So now that fire's out. The Atlanta Fire Department is on scene, making sure there are no more hot spots. You can still see some protesters in this area, still meandering around. And so now you have Atlanta police actually protecting, Buzz, if you swing around this way, you can see Atlanta police is actually protecting this Wendy's while the fire department works to put it out. Now, if we swing around this way over here, I want to show you where this scene is now. Okay, we just had what sounded like some type of explosion or a collapse in the back of this Wendy's. But we're just going to keep going here, and I want to show you. All down here, this is where the protesters really started to take off once that tear gas got deployed.
Mr. Trump, Audrey Washington with Channel 2, what is your relationship like now with Governor Kemp? Before you have criticized him, do you feel differently now?
We work together. We've always worked together very well.
You decided to actually join this march because we really want to give you a good look at this demonstration happening right now. This is going through the streets of Brunswick at this hour. And if you look, you can see that these demonstrators are from all different backgrounds: black, white, Hispanic, Asian, old, young. Everyone is out here, many with signs and flags, signs that read "Justice for Ahmaud." These people here told me that they plan to be here for the long haul, all the way up to the end of this trial. Can you tell me a little bit about why you decided to come out today?
Because our city and community need to support the Audrey family after all they've been through. This struggle has been going on so long, and we all need to join in on it. If you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem.
All right, ma'am, thank you so much for speaking with me. And again, we will be out here for the better part of the night. You can see all of this rallying is continuing at this hour. We again will be here. I'm going to have another live report when I see you right back here for Channel 2 Action News at 5. Right now, we are live here in Glenn County. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
Some words of wisdom out there, Audrey. Thanks for sharing.
Here on Hillcrest Street in Stockbridge, I can count at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars stranded on the side of this street. And I want you to take a look at this car right here behind me. Apparently, it slid off the road, and now the back tires are suspended in air. And I just want to show you how much ice is on the roads right now. I can literally slide across this street. So imagine how dangerous it would be to drive down this road right now.
Audrey Washington continues our live Team 2 coverage today.
Right, and earlier today we saw 2 GBI agents arrive here at Grady Memorial Hospital. We're told they were here to question that one victim who was airlifted to Grady Memorial earlier in the day. Now, they would not go into more detail exactly about what they plan to ask that victim, but I did speak with law enforcement officials off camera. They told me in a situation of a mass shooting or a school shooting, one of the things they do in the ER, GBI FBI agents is they ask them as many questions as possible while that victim is still conscious or before that victim possibly goes into surgery. He certainly did. You know, emotions were high inside of court, and as you can see here behind me, emotions are still high right outside of court. You can see a number of activists and family members all here. They're holding signs showing senior U.S. Airman Roger Fortson there. Inside of court, the judge denied a motion by the defense to allow the former deputy charged with manslaughter to leave this area. First, this was the scene inside the Okaloosa County Courtroom 1A here in Florida. At issue, a motion by the defense to allow the defendant, former Okaloosa County Sheriff's Deputy Eddie Duran, to leave the First Circuit. So basically, that's the Fort Walton Beach area. The defense said Duran wanted to leave the area to seek employment, but the judge denied that motion. As we reported last year while responding to a disturbance call, Duran shot Atlanta native and senior U.S. Airman Roger Fortson after Fortson answered his own door here in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. It was later determined that there was no disturbance at Fortson's apartment. Also, body cam video showed Fortson answer his door while holding his legally registered gun pointed toward the floor, not toward the deputy. Inside court, Fortson's mother took the stand and gave emotional testimony during that motions hearing.
He didn't have to kill my baby, even though he shot him. If Roger would have lived, Roger would have fought for this man. He would have fought for Eddie Durham. Eddie Durham don't care nothing about killing my child. Your Honor, I don't know if you're a mama or grandmama, and I'm glad you got a job where you can take care of your kids. I want you to just feel my heart, feel my energy. It's time to tell him no.
The court's ruling was based on our limited motion for our client to be able to move for employment purposes and other things. We're disappointed in the judge's ruling. We understand and respect it and want to move forward to get this matter resolved as quickly as we can.
And that last bit of sound was from the defense attorney. As you can see here, more activists and family members are outside of court holding signs and pictures. That sign right there says the people demand end police terror. And you also see a sign that says in loving memory of senior airman Roger Fortson. Now, we will also have more reaction to this denial in the coming hour. You will also hear from the judge about why she decided to deny that motion inside of court. That's part of the story that I'm working on, all new for Channel 2 Action News beginning at 5. Right now, we are live here in Okaloosa County, Florida. I'm Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News. I just stepped down just a few moments ago, and I saw Herschel Walker standing there speaking on the phone, so I decided to grab him and actually speak with him live on Channel 2 Action News right now. So first and foremost, how are you feeling about this major win tonight?
Well, I feel good.
And like we heard earlier, you got a phone call from former President Donald Trump. Can you tell us anything that was said on that call? And finally, you talked earlier when we caught up with you as you went to cast your ballot this morning that you were really looking forward to debating Senator Warnock. Can you talk a little bit about that and what are the topics? City crews will be working on high traffic areas like where I'm standing right now, 14th and Peachtree. And I want to show you what the ground looks like at this hour. Just like Brad said, the snow is starting to transition to a more icy type of substance here. So that is why trying to get around this area is so dangerous and why they're telling people to stay off the roads. Right, we just arrived here at Fort Stewart not too long ago. We are in front of Gate 1. If you look all the way down there, you can see the front of that gate there. Now, we spoke with some Army officials. They confirmed that the suspected shooter is a sergeant with the Army. The motive behind the shooting, though, is still unclear at this time, but this is what we know so far. The shooting happened just before 11 this morning. 5 soldiers were shot. 3 of the 5 were rushed into surgery, 2 taken to the trauma center. An Army official identified the suspected shooter as Sergeant Cornelius Radford. Our Jacksonville affiliate, WJAS, confirmed that Sergeant Radford is from the Jacksonville area. Here's more of what that Army official had to say.
It said to Grandma from Ty, age 13.
This is all Miss Johnny LaRae Honeycutt has left. Memories and old pictures of her grandson, Tyree Nichols. She says at times, the grief is overwhelming.
I'm sorry.
In January, 29-year-old Tyree Nichols died after Memphis police officers beat him during a traffic stop.
Following the release of the police body cam video and after officials charged 5 officers involved with murder, protests broke out across the nation and here in Metro Atlanta. Ms. Honeycutt says she can't bear to watch the entire video. She's only seen one still image.
You can tell when that child is worried and he was scared. I looked in his eye and I saw what he was saying without him saying a word. Help me. What did I do?
Thursday, inside her Metro Atlanta home, I asked Ms. Honeycutt what message she had for the officers seen in the video.
Killing our babies for nothing. My baby was a skateboarder. He worked at FedEx. He had the best mother and stepfather in the world. Why would you want to do that to him?
Next, Tyree Nichols' grandmother plans to turn her pain into purpose. She wants other grandparents of grandchildren who died during similar police interactions to take their heartbreak and voices to lawmakers in Washington.
We need to come down on Washington, D.C.
As for what she wants to say to her grandson,
you know you got a family that loves you and everything is going to be just fine. You don't have to worry about these people here anymore.
Mr. Trump, Audrey Washington with Channel 2, what is your relationship like now with Governor Kemp?
It's
Before
great.
you've criticized him, do you feel differently now?
No, we work together. We've always worked together very well.
former President Donald Trump quickly dismissed any speculation of issues with Governor Brian Kemp, despite calling him a, quote, bad guy in the past. Friday marked the first time both Mr. Trump and Kemp appeared together since 2020.
And I want to thank President Trump for coming back to our state again for the second time to view storm damage and keep a national focus on our state as we recover.
Earlier in the day, Governor Kemp and Mr. Trump walked through the damage in Augusta and talked about ways to help the community.
I have no doubt that whatever can be done is going to be done.
This week, both Vice President Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden visited Georgia and vowed to work with Congress to provide relief funding to the area. Before Mr. Trump left Evans, Georgia, I asked him about recent polling that showed him virtually tied with Vice President Harris in our state.
Do you think you could possibly win Georgia, or do you think that the numbers just look bad for you?
Well, I won it easily in 2016. We actually were very close last time, and right now the recent poll came up, we're up 7. So I think we're pretty far up, and we seem to be going up, and she seems to be going down, so I hope we're going to keep it that way.
You can dress it up or down because of the curls.
By now, we've all seen them. The flashy beauty supply ads usually displayed in black neighborhoods that promote braiding hair products. But recently, some of those products were tested, and the results are disturbing.
Not knowing if I may be a candidate of cancer in the future or now, I don't know.
A Consumer Reports study found cancer-causing chemicals in all 10 brands of braiding hair tested. 3 had the chemical benzene.
Benzene is mostly linked to leukemias.
Chemist and Emory University professor of environmental health, Carmen Marcet, explained how the chemical disrupts the body.
And it's this chemical that can go in and bind to your DNA and lead to mutations. And so it's that what could go on to form a cancer.
We reached out to all 10 companies whose products were tested. Only 2 responded. Both companies stated their products are safe and questioned the testing methods. But Dr. Marcet says benzene doesn't need to be ingested in order to be harmful.
It's near your face, so that's in your breathing zone.
In 2024, I first spoke with Dr. Marcet after the FDA proposed a ban on certain chemical hair straighteners that were found to cause cancer. Those products mostly marketed and used by black women and girls. So I had to ask, is the placement of these products in majority black communities a form of environmental racism?
Well, I think it plays a big part. I mean, it's really a history of these types of products being marketed to black women.
It's the pollutant, it's the toxin.
Professor Dr. Tara Taylor with Morehouse College.
I would definitely say that racism is at the core with regards to when any time a particular group is disproportionately impacted.
This is, in my mind, a public health emergency.
Dermatologist Dr. Aaliyah Brown has treated patients who developed serious scalp and hair rashes from synthetic braids. She says the rashes combined with the new cancer risk should sound health alarms nationwide.
Unfortunately, there also are some biases that exist with healthcare and people of color and disparities.
Hairstylist Dion James tells me she developed health issues after decades of braiding and inhaling fumes from synthetic hair.
I have suffered from benign tumors, so now I'm starting to think that maybe it may correlate to the hair.
Is this braiding hair poisoning Black women?
Of course it is.
Abayomi Jones is a physician and an attorney. She's done research on harmful hair care products in the Black community.
These manufacturers and producers, they understand what is in these products, but the consumer doesn't understand. So it's a blatant pulling the wool over our eyes.
My parents love me.
It's the TV theme song.
And become what may.
That for many has become a part of life.
It's a different world
from where you come from.
The TV show A Different World splashed onto the scene in the late 1980s. It featured a mostly Black cast and centered around HBCU life at the fictional Hillman College. So just a few days ago, when this sign popped up on the campus of Clark Atlanta University, people got excited.
I was ecstatic.
George French Jr. is the president of Clark Atlanta University. He says crews shot the pilot for a possible reboot of the series on campus.
And to see these Hillman signs, it's beautiful.
Statistics show from 1986 to 1994, A Different World contributed to a 26% increase in HBCU admissions.
We are growing, and it really all goes back to intentional efforts like A Different World.
I felt like Hillman was home. I wanted to find an HBCU that was similar to that.
Lillian Monroe is a CAU alum and a huge A Different World fan. She says the show was groundbreaking because for many Black people, this was the first time they saw themselves on screen studying medicine, engineering, and art history.
It's still relevant.
I grew up on A Different World, which prompted me to go to Grambling State University.
Cordelia Hunter heads the Atlanta Mayor's Office of Film and Entertainment. She tells me if the series is picked up and shoots in Atlanta, that'll be a big boost to the Georgia film industry.
Knowing that you can come to Atlanta to get background actors, to get, the quality people that actually work on set.
I definitely think it's going to be an impact, a positive impact.
We got it today!
County courthouse erupted in cheers, hugs, and tears. Some people even fainted. Activists, pastors, and community members vowed to remain at the courthouse until the verdicts were read in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. By Wednesday, the wait was over. Do you think this moves this community forward? How do you think this helps to heal the community?
It moves it forward because it brings light, and there's always healing when there's light. We got to tell the truth to each other. We got to speak the truth to each other. We have to listen to each other, and this is what's happening right now in Brunswick, Georgia.
Not only Georgia, but the whole world would know that we should treat each other with dignity and respect. So thank God for Ahmaud. Thank God for his family.
And late Wednesday afternoon, cameras captured the moments William Roddy Bryan, Travis McMichael, and Gregory McMichael left the courthouse in handcuffs.